Few men truly know what makes a woman feel real pleasure. It's not about complicated positions, but about connection. Female psychology shows that two simple positions, when done the right way, can completely transform a couple's intimacy. And look, this content is pure gold, but I'm sharing it for free to help as many people as possible. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. That way, YouTube understands this video is worth it and shows it to more people. Let's spread knowledge and improve real relationships. Topic 1. The initial scenario picture. This for a second. The lights are low, the silence of the night surrounds the room, and his heart is racing. Quietly, he wonders, am I doing this right? That doubt isn't weakness, but a rare sign of care. While many act on autopilot, he realizes that every detail can be decisive in the relationship, and that subtle insecurity turns into proof of presence, proof that he cares about more than just the obvious. Here's the thing. When a man questions whether he's meeting her expectations, he's already a few steps ahead of most. Female psychology deeply values attention, care, and listening. It's not about memorizing manuals or following formulas, but about cultivating perception, noticing how she reacts to a gesture, a touch, a word. That's where the game really starts, not in the physical act itself, but in what comes before it. Think of it as the difference between someone who plays a song by ear and someone who just repeats notes from sheet music. The first one brings emotion, soul, surrender. A woman feels that, feels when there's true connection. That's why the doubt, am I doing this right, shouldn't be seen as a burden, but as fuel to deepen intimacy. After all, if everything starts with that initial awareness, what is it they're really looking for when they give themselves? Topic 2. What they really want. Here's the truth. When a woman gets close, it's not just about physical contact. Sure, touch matters, but what she really craves goes way beyond that. Female psychology shows that what truly matters is feeling connection, safety, and acceptance. Deep down, what really makes the difference is knowing she can be herself without fear of judgment. That's when a relationship starts to take real root. And you know what happens a lot? Some men think everything is solved in bed, but forget the basics in daily life. There's no point trying to impress during sex if all week he doesn't look her in the eyes, doesn't give her attention, doesn't show affection. Intimacy begins earlier, in the small details. In a tight hug, the way he listens, even in a smile when she least expects it. That's what opens the door for everything else. Want a simple example? Sending a text like, "I was just thinking about you," can change her entire day. Making her coffee without her asking, or truly listening when she vents. These are small things that build massive trust. A woman's body responds to what her heart feels, and that's why these gestures matter so much. But then comes the big question. How do you sustain that level of intimacy without letting it fade into routine? Topic 3. The foundations of intimacy before worrying about crazy techniques or new positions. There are 3 things that hold any true intimate moment together: trust, safety, and open conversation. Without those, it becomes mechanical, like following a recipe without seasoning. Female psychology shows that what really matters is her feeling like she can relax, trust with her eyes closed, and speak her mind without fear. That's when the relationship gains that unique spark. Trust is built in the everyday details, not just pretty words. It's keeping promises, not laughing when she opens up about an insecurity, showing her she can be vulnerable without being judged. Safety isn't just physical, but emotional. She needs to feel she won't be discarded or belittled. And conversation, it has to be real, not just the shallow, "you good?" out of habit. When those things exist, the bedroom becomes a space of freedom, not pressure. Want a simple way to put this into practice? Instead of asking, "Is this good for you?" try something like, "Show me what you like best," or "Guide me, I want to get it right." It sounds light, relaxed, and sends the message that you're in this together. That makes her feel like she's not just participating, but building alongside you. And that's when things really start to flow. Now imagine if, on top of that, you're 100% present in the moment. Topic 4. Being in the moment. You know when you're together, but it feels like his mind is somewhere else? Thinking about bills, the game, or what to eat later. Nothing kills the mood faster than that. Presence is the #1 trick almost nobody values. Female psychology shows that what really matters is when she feels he's there, fully, without distractions. That weighs way more than any acrobatics in bed. Presence means eye contact, syncing with her breathing, touching with intention and not just by reflex. Even the tone of voice counts. Whispering in her ear can send chills more than any rushed, meaningless move. When a guy is truly tuned in, a woman notices instantly. And that's when the relationship takes on another flavor, because it's not just physical, it's mental too. Want to make it even clearer? Instead of worrying, am I doing good? Focus on how she reacts. If she lets out a deeper sigh when you run your hand through her hair, stay there. If she closes her eyes and smiles when you whisper something sweet, keep at it. It's about reading the cues and playing along without rushing. Now imagine when she decides to take control herself. Topic 5. First position. Woman on top she's. On top, setting the rhythm, and he's just letting it flow. Sounds simple, but this position is way more powerful than most imagine. It gives her confidence, a sense of control, and that delicious freedom to guide the moment. And let's be real. Female psychology loves the feeling of being in charge without losing the bond with her partner. The mistake is when the guy thinks woman on top means he should just go limp. Just because she's leading doesn't mean he should play dead. The difference is in the details. His hands exploring her body with affection, steady eye contact, an expression that shows real desire. And more than that, the voice is like a secret spice. A word in her ear, a sincere moan, a keep going like that completely shifts the vibe. A good relationship is partnership, not a one-man show. Want an easy way to avoid messing up? Follow her breathing. If she speeds up, match her pace. If she slows down, join her rhythm. Explore her body with soft or firm touches, always tuned to her reactions. That shows he's present, connected, not just watching the show. When both lock into that rhythm, the moment becomes truly intense. Now imagine combining that with the warmth of spooning. Topic 6, second position, spooning connection. Spooning is that position that mixes everything: pleasure, affection, and safety. It's deeply intimate because it gives her the feeling of being protected and embraced. Female psychology shows that closeness strikes deep because it's not just sex, it's bonding. The mistake is when the guy sees it as laziness, like, just turn to the side and done. The difference is in the little things: holding her tight, grabbing her waist, kissing her shoulder or neck slowly. The rhythm here isn't about rushing, but about softness and intention. When a man gets that, the relationship deepens because she feels cared for alongside desired. Want to make it even better? Whisper something simple like, "I love having you here with me." Alternate between slow caresses and gentle squeezes, showing her you're tuned in. That vibe changes everything because she feels it's not just sex, but love in action. And after that, there's another detail many men forget: the after moment. Topic 7, the after moment. The after counts way more than most guys think. If he turns away, grabs his phone, or just passes out, it feels like it ended right there. Female psychology shows this leaves an emptiness, but when he stays close, the relationship gains real weight. No need to overcomplicate: a hug, a kiss on the cheek, running his hand through her hair. Even whispering, "I loved being with you," changes everything. These details show it's not just desire, but affection too. Want to simplify even more? Stay cuddled for a few minutes. Listen to what she says, even joke around with your inside jokes. That care proves the bond continues even after sex. And that's when it becomes clear: it all starts in the mind. Topic 8. The main idea: sex doesn't start in the bedroom, it starts in the mind. A woman's body responds first to what she feels emotionally. If she feels valued, safe, and connected, intimacy flows naturally. Female psychology makes it clear: connection comes before technique, and it's what transforms an ordinary encounter into something unforgettable in a relationship. Presence, attention, and intention matter way more than any rehearsed move. It's not about putting on a show, it's about being truly there, listening, looking, touching with purpose. When a man gets that, he stands out without needing tricks. A woman remembers less what was done and more how he made her feel. And here's the detail. Intimacy has no set time to start or end. It begins in how he treats her daily and continues after sex, in the little gestures of care. The man who understands this becomes unforgettable, not because of technique, but because he left his mark on her heart. And that's where the two positions come in that can completely change how she experiences pleasure. Now that you know the power of these two positions, the question is, are you going to let this information slip by or put it into practice today? Relationships don't grow on their own. They need presence, attention, and commitment. Female. Psychology shows that when a woman feels that, her body responds in ways no technique alone can ever create. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss new content. Put this into practice, and then come back to tell me if your partner loved it.